Are your Facebook ads not getting the results you expected? You're not alone. Most realtors are making the same mistakes when it comes to Facebook ads. And today, you're in luck. I'll show you how to avoid them. Hey, I'm Shawn Bell, and I am a social media coach for the Wolfpack at eXp Realty, and I'm also the founder of the Realtors Blueprint, which helps realtors generate non-stop leads through Facebook ads. After years of experience and tens upon tens of thousands of dollars spent on Facebook ads, I've learned why most realtors fail with Facebook ads. So let's get into it. I'm going to be covering the 3 reasons why your Facebook ads might be failing. Number 1 is general ads that don't speak to a specific type of audience. We've all done it. We're all guilty of this, and you've likely seen ads that are like this as well. And what most of us will do is we kind of think back to the old times of, hey, you just have to get your face out there. This is how you advertise. You have to sell, sell, sell. So what we're guilty of doing is going and creating a Facebook ad and just having a generic photo in there and saying, call me, or look at all the amazing awards that I've won. And you're just kind of self-promoting and bragging. And it's not really serving anything up to your audience. It's nothing of value. And then you try to go down a different path and say, well, okay, I will create some value and I will give free home evaluations, and I'll put that out there and people submit their address. And again, nothing comes from it. And while yes, that can be of some value, the problem is most people have seen these already. There's hundreds of those ads out there. The consumer has kind of figured it out. And then on top of that, when you go to create an ad and you put a generic photo in there, it looks like every ad that everybody's seen. Oh, it just gets really tiring and nobody wants to click on your ad. So in order to combat this, instead you need to give more value. You need to give something like a free list of homes, which is something the person's looking for. So if you can be very specific and niche down and give a list of homes that is in a certain neighborhood under a certain price range, you now have a better chance of appealing to a specific type of audience and bringing in those types of leads. The other thing you could do is create a free guide. So you don't just want to create a free buyer's guide or a free seller's guide because everybody else has one of those, as we mentioned before. You need to create it more click-worthy and have a solution in there that your consumer is looking for, a free guide. And this is something that can work amazing, but you don't want it to be generic like a buyer's guide or a seller's guide because everybody has one of those. So a lot of your consumers, they have problems. They're looking for solutions to their problems. So you could create a free guide and make it results driven and give them the results that they want. So for example, maybe you're creating a seller's guide and you title it the 3 most common mistakes that most home sellers make that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Now that has something more of attention. Of course, you want to create the guide. You want to put some good value in there. But as you can see with a title like this, you're actually going to get people clicking and want to view what you have. So again, value, value, value. Offering something like this is actually going to generate you leads versus all the other generic posts that you see out there that everybody is creating. And the problem is yeah, just not enough value. And of course, you're not going to get any leads from it. Before we move on to the next one, a little side note with that one too. When you do create these ads, you want to go through the back ends of Ads Manager, as I speak about in a lot of my other videos. And you want to click on the green Create button and you want to select your objective as leads. This creates you a form so that people have to submit their information in order to get your free list of homes or your free guide. If you just go and you create a post on your Facebook page and you click the blue boost button, that's going to show it to more people. It's going to give them what you promised, but you're not going to get any contact information in return. And again, you're going to wonder why you're not getting any leads from this dang thing. So make sure to go watch some of my prior videos on that, and I walk you through step by step on how to set those up. Reason number 2 is giving up way too dang quick without doing any testing. Let me explain. Most realtors that I've helped or seen have struggled before. When I start to ask some more in-depth questions, I found out, yes, they've ran some Facebook ads and maybe they even ran them the correct way. But the problem is I will dig a bit deeper and say, well, how much did you spend or how many ads did you run? And usually the answer is like 1, maybe 2. And they say, well, I never did get anything. And there's not many things that can ever happen in real estate where you get instant gratification. Any strategy you do has taken time, it's consistency, it's testing, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Facebook ads is no different. So unfortunately, you can't come into this thing expecting to run one ad and get amazing results. you're likely needing to test different ads and niche down and see what different types of list of homes and what different guide titles are actually going to work and that your audience is going to respond to over some time. Maybe it's after a few months or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different revisions. Eventually you're going to find what works the best, and that's where you can start to scale and you can start to run with it because you know that's what your audience is actually looking for. Another way is, instead of just going out there and creating a Facebook ad that you think might be amazing, is maybe speak to some people first. Talk to people and say, what are you looking for? If you are currently a home buyer or home seller, what's some struggles you have? What's some thoughts? What's questions? And start to create your list of homes and your guides based off of the feedback they give you. A lot of times we think we have a great idea and we know what people looking at our page want. And generally 90% of the time we have no clue. So anytime I've had success with marketing, it's doing a lot of research, asking questions, interviewing people, and then doing a ton of different revisions until I get to what I have today. And same thing as a realtor with Facebook ads. It's not going to happen right away. So if you do this once or twice, then yes, this is going to be a complete waste of money for you. That's likely why your ad hasn't performing well. You need to get back to the drawing board and try something else. Reason number 3 is lack of consistent follow-up. Once you find that ad that performs well, you can bring in leads all day long. But this is the next thing that I found out where most fall short is they're saying, well, Facebook ads is junk and the leads are garbage and nothing is working. Again, I start to ask more questions and I find out they maybe tried to reach out to that lead once or twice and then they gave up because they think, well, they don't want to hear from me. And I get it. I was the same way. I did the same thing. And it wasn't until I discovered that you need to respond to these leads for one in the first 5 minutes, and sometimes it can take 7 to 8 touch points to get them to respond. Once they do respond, it can take a further 7 to 8 touch points from there to start to build a relationship for them to get to know, like, and trust you. And we're all guilty of it. We'll try once or twice, we'll give up. So you need to be consistent. You need to have a system in place that'll continuously follow up with these people, get in touch with them, try to reignite the conversation. Because yes, if you generate Facebook leads all day long and you only try to reach out to these people once or twice, this is going to be, again, a complete waste of money for you and you're going to think Facebook ads suck. I used to spend a ton of money, get no conversions, wonder what the heck, and it wasn't until I had systems in place where those leads were coming in automatically and they were getting texts automatically and they were getting followed up that it started to nurture those people and I could start to see which ones were actually going to have conversations with me, which ones were maybe interested in what I have, and then from there I could nurture them into a customer, see their pain points, and see if they're buying or selling. Give them a lot of value, keep giving them good information because most other realtors will not, unless that person's ready to buy or sell today. They don't want to speak to them, whereas I didn't care. If that lead was not ready until another 2 years from now, I was still going to keep in touch with them. I was still going to build a relationship, and then eventually when they were ready, they had no choice but to choose me because I gave them so much value over the years. They kept hearing from me all the time and they knew how I was. And I wasn't doing this in a pushy way. It was just about giving value, value, value. So as you can see, you need to have proper and consistent follow-up. Otherwise, everything before this is going to fall apart and you're going to be sitting there stuck, frustrated, and a lot of money blown away. All right, so to recap, we need to have ads that will actually convert. So we're giving something of value. We're just not going to create any of those generic ads anymore. 2 is giving up without proper testing. You're not going to find that right ad right away. So you need to test, try different ads, and eventually you're going to find the one that brings you in the most amount of leads. And then number 3 is consistent follow-up. You're going to bring in leads. Things are going to be amazing for the first little bit. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, well, what's going on? Why can't I get a hold of anybody? But you need to keep reaching out to them, have that database, figure out how many times you reach out to them, get back to them right away, and constant follow-up. And if you can have a system in place where this is all taken care of you and you can build this, you are going to thank your future self and you're going to win. You're going to have more than enough business than you could ever ask for. And that's it for today. If you are looking for some actual Facebook ads that will convert and you can start to test in your market, then make sure to comment with Facebook ads. I have a free guide of my 5 killer Facebook ads that generated me 268 leads in just 7 days. And if this video was of any benefit, I'd be very much appreciated if you could give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and then also hit the bell to be notified of future videos I post on Facebook ads. That's it for today. As always, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.